Alright guys, it's Jay, and I'm just in here messing around, taking a look at the different builds for your MyPlayer this year in NBA 2K17, and I wasn't even going to do a video on this until I was right about to start my career, but I gotta say y'all, these freaking rating caps this season in NBA 2K17, let's just call it what it is. These are some BS. That's bullshit for you kids at home. I mean, you've got to be kidding me, 2K. What the hell? This is so dumb. I mean, apparently, according to 2K, there cannot be a player in the NBA that is, you know, who is great at more than one thing. It just can't exist. Not allowed to happen. Impossible. That's what 2K believes, apparently. I mean, I guess they've never heard of, I don't know, Steph Curry, you know, who's great at 3 or 4 different things. You know, CP3, what, just because he's a great ball handler, you know, and passer, he can't be a deadeye from 3, he can't be a solid defender. I don't know, it just makes no sense. So many guys in the NBA who are great at 2, 3, 4 different things. And y'all see these ratings caps. I mean, they pretty much made it impossible for your player to be great at more than one thing, maybe 2 at the very most. It's just so unrealistic. They just pigeonholed your player to be in one thing. You have to be one thing. You can't develop. No. You can't you know, hone your skills and work really hard and you know, practice and get a lot of VC and upgrade things eventually. No, not allowed. It is impossible for you to be even somewhat well-rounded. And before y'all get on me, I know what they're trying to do. Okay, believe me, I get it. They're trying to avoid everybody having a demigod, you know, everybody having a 7'2" guy, you know, who can basically move and play like a point guard and shoot it like Steph Curry, you know, and handle the ball like Kyrie. And I get the whole wingspan thing brings down your ratings a little bit, your height, your weight. That's going to affect how fast you are, how quick you are, etc., how well you can, you know, perform contact dunks. I get that. That's just common sense. Okay, I'm talking about these ratings caps. That's all I'm talking about. They are just so unbelievably strict. And I know they want to make it important what type of player you choose. And, you know, especially with the explosion of, you know, the Pro-Am last year and how well that went, they don't want to have a bunch of demigods out there playing against each other. They want to actually put, you know, a lot of importance on what type of player you are, so players have to strategize, and it's not just a bunch of 99s overall who can do everything, who are all 6'11", just going at it. It adds more diversity to the game. I get that, okay? But you know what? There's a better way to achieve that, and there's a better way to do this without making it impossible for you to have even a somewhat well-rounded player. And I'll tell you what that is. Here's my idea to make this better, okay? I'm not just coming at you, you know, bitching about problems. I'm going to give a solution here, what I think should be the solution. And I like the concept of making it more important, you know, what type of player you choose, you know, giving certain advantages, disadvantages to choosing each archetype. I like that. And, you know, that way, if you're playing the Pro-Am or the Park, you don't have a bunch of, you know, players who are all the same and all ridiculous out there. You know, you actually have some variety to the game, different types of players. I get that. I just hate the fact that they make it impossible to have a well-rounded player. I mean, it's just dumb. Like, literally impossible. Like, the cap will not go any higher than that. So here's my solution is, guys, and it's really pretty simple. I like the general outline they have for their system. The only thing I would change, and what I think would solve this whole problem, is instead of making it impossible to have higher ratings in other categories, like if you choose a sharpshooter, instead of making it impossible for the sharpshooters to be decent defenders, or impossible for the slashers to be able to shoot a 3-ball, just make it really hard. I mean, it sounds so simple, but I really think that's what they should do, and it would solve all of this. just make it really hard. So if I choose to be a lockdown defender, I'm going to have a long, hard road if I want to be, if I want to become, Steph Curry or even, Damian Lillard or whoever from the three. Or if I want to handle the ball like Kyrie, be able to shake somebody. Or if I want to be able to posterize like LeBron. I don't know. Don't make it absolutely 100% impossible. Just make it really difficult. Make it require, I don't know, a higher level of VC. So if I choose a playmaker, I'm gonna really need to put a lot more VC into my defensive ratings just to get them up. Whereas the lockdown defender archetype, they won't have to use as much VC to get their defensive ratings up, but they're going to have to use a lot more to get their playmaker rating up, to get their passing rating up, whereas I, as a playmaker, would not need to use as much. You could make it a VC thing like that. You could also make it a playing time thing like how the badges are, so you really have to accomplish certain things on the court. You really have to go out there and be smart and play really well and prove that you are worthy of your defensive ratings going up, or whatever your weaknesses are on your archetype. That would make it so much better, so much more interesting. I mean, I can't even tell you. So that's my solution, guys. I mean, just make it really hard, not impossible, just really hard to improve your weaknesses. That way you at least have some hope of building a somewhat well-rounded player. It's not absolutely impossible. You don't have to be just one thing your entire career. I mean, you actually can do it. I mean, it's just going to take a lot of skill, a lot of playing smart, probably playing the game a lot and earning a lot of VC and just playing well. And it would just make it so much more special to have a great player in different areas, to have a well-rounded player. And if you make it hard enough, I mean, I guarantee you not everybody will have it, especially if you don't make it just a VC thing. If you make it an experience thing, a stats thing, a playing time thing like the badges are. I mean, it would just make it so much more interesting and so much more special to have a great player, and I think it would keep players playing for longer because you would want to strive to improve your player rather than just playing for a certain period of time and then saying, well, I've hit my cap, this is what my player's always going to be, I can do this one thing, maybe I'm a little bit above average at this other thing, but I'm never really going to be any more than this one thing. Okay, that gets mundane, that gets old, I mean, I don't know, guys. Like I said, this is just crap. It's not hard to fix. This is not a difficult concept that I came up with. I mean, I could fix this in my fucking sleep. It's just so beyond dumb. The shit that they do with this. I don't know, guys. Just comment below. Let me know if y'all agree with me. If you don't, you know what? As y'all know, I give absolutely zero fucks. But you know what? Seriously, comment below. I'm willing to discuss this. I'm willing to, to go back and forth and tweak it. I'm not saying my theory is perfect, but I think generally that's where we need to go. And it would just provide so many benefits. But anyway, y'all, let me know what you think about this. I'm out for now. Drop a like if you've enjoyed, and subscribe to the channel if you're new. You might have a good time. I think you will. Anyway, y'all, I'll catch y'all soon. I'm out.